All right, what is going on, you TM26s? How y'all doing today? And welcome back to another. I don't actually know what to call this. This is gonna be a new sort of series that I'm doing, and basically, I want to take a look at potential new game modes for Splatoon 2. And to start it off, and well, some of these are going to be ones that I think are more likely. Other ones are going to be other like they're just going to be something I don't think are really likely at all. But what I want to, I guess, sort of what's going to focus around is taking game modes that are in other other popular shooter games that are played competitively, and sort of see how they have or could they potentially work in Splatoon 2. And so the one that we're going to focus on today is going to be one of the game modes I think is probably the most competitive in any esport game, and that's going to be capture the flag. So, and the reason we're starting here on Moray is because obviously we've seen Moray confirmed for Splatoon 2, and so assuming that it sort of looks pretty much the same, obviously we know it has the ink rails, but assuming that it looks the same, we can sort of or I can give my thoughts on where I would put the flag and how I would have the game mode play. So this right here is where I would put the flag, and the reason I say that is because you don't want the flag to be all the way like up there, because then there's just way too much distance for an attacking team to travel to get it, and so it's going to give the opposing team way too much time to recover. But one thing that I would do is if the flag is here, I would move the spawn from up there to down there, right where the Rainmaker goal is, or well, like on that platform, and just get rid of this part. And the reason I would do that is because, hi Neb, what you want for a CTF is you want, like, this map is way too big to play CTF on, because basically if you got a wipe, you could a team, like if you got a wipe in mid, a team could get to here way quicker than a team could go from respawning down to here into here to get the flag. And so I guess from there, and obviously, the other team's flag is going to be over there. Where was I? But so yeah, but obviously, like with Rainmaker, when you pick that up, you move a lot slower. I don't really see that happening if they were to implement CTF. I may be a little bit slower, but nowhere near as slow as the Rainmaker, because if they were to do it, I think it would have to be a 3-cap system. You could still do it in 5 minutes, because I think Splatoon plays fast enough that it would be pretty reasonable to get 3 caps in 5 minutes. You saw how, that wasn't that long of a time, and especially if there's no one on you, that's not going to be that difficult. So that's why I could see them maybe slowing down your movement a little bit, but not so much to the point where it is with the Rainmaker, where you're literally, if I fall off the map here, nope, we're good. You're basically a sitting duck, and it relies, because obviously that's a lot more about having your teammates protect you and you sort of moving it towards the opponent's base, whereas this one you're going into the opponent's base and then going out. But what I would like to see is this CTF play a little bit more like Halo, where you can get the flag and throw it. Like you could pick it up and throw it, and what this would allow is, I think if they took the player while they're carrying the flag, they can't shoot. I think that would add another level to it. Because obviously, like, if you could pick it up, anyone basically, that's going to be their main point of attack. I could just sit here and just shoot like that, and they're probably not going to really kill me. If Neb kills me, I'm actually going to be very upset right now. So yeah, I think out of all the ones that I've sort of like, I don't want to say it, but the ones that I picked out so far to do, I think this one is by far the most likely, simply because CTF has obviously been shown to be extremely competitive. And I think it would work the best with Splatoon, meaning that, Splatoon's all about movement, and CTF is very much about moving your team into position to then attack, and then also the routes that you take to get the flag out and back to your own base. So I think that's going to do it. That's going to do it for Moray. I want to go over a few other maps, just to sort of see, to sort of give my thoughts on them. But yeah, so mainly the big things that I would do on Moray: flag here, I would move the spawns down to make the map a little bit smaller. And then, as just in general, as I've said so far, I may slow the flag carrier down a little bit because I think if you probably do move a little too fast. It would be a 3 cap, so if you got 3, you would automatically win. Obviously, if not at the end of the time limit, whoever has the most caps would win. And so I would see them doing away with like the point system that they use for Rainmaker and Tower Control, where you sort of like the farther you move it, the more points you get. I think it would just be something more along the lines of I don't not like splat zones, but more that like individual point system. I don't know. I think it makes sense. But either way, guys, so we'll move into the next map, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, guys, and we are back. We're going to be going through Walleye now to look at the potential for it to be a capture the flag map. I don't know why I introed that so weird, oddly. But either way, so basically, the reason why I wanted to do Walleye, and the reason why we will also be doing Kelp Dome after this, is because when the Splatoon community voted on the final Splatfest maps, the 3 maps they chose were obviously Moray Towers, Walleye Warehouse, which we're obviously on now, and Kelp Dome. So I figure, since we've already seen Walleye come back, or now since we've already seen that Moray's coming back, it would make sense that if the 3 returning, or if the maps they were going to bring back are the ones that the Splatoon community voted on to play. So that's sort of my rationale for the 3 maps that we're going to be doing today, and also the 3 maps that we'll probably be doing for any of these videos. So to start off, for my analysis of this map, this area like here-ish is where I put the flag. Now the reasoning for that is one, it's far enough away that after a respawn, you're not just like immediately on the flag and already shooting them. I mean, as you can see, like after I spawn, I'm like here, so I don't think it could be anywhere closer than like this box. And the reason I like this spot is because one, you have a pretty easy route from here, and so like and what I also think could be good for this route is if like you can distract them on that side, or get like if you know that everybody's in mid, you can make a sneak play to here, pick up the flag, and then be out again going up this way. So I think that that'd make this map better, because it would force you. I'm talking really poorly right now. I'm really sorry about that. But it would force teams to basically watch that constantly. Whereas if it was like, I don't know, if it was more to like over there, I guess, it would be a little bit easier to defend, because they'd basically be in the middle of the map by the time they got it, and then you would have more time to react to it. The other thing that I like, and this is the thing I'm not actually sure they're going to keep. This box here, I feel like they should get rid of if they were to put the flag where I'm saying they would. And obviously, there's a lot of factors. But if CTF was ever on Walleye, I think they would have to remove this box. And that is simply because it just is way too easy. Like, okay, we got it, bye. Like, that's way too easy for any team to do. And so I just think it would, I don't know. It would just be too easy for teams to get the flag out. Now this box, on the other hand, and this is the reason why I think that one is okay to take out, because you have this box, because it does force you to come up, obviously, into the other team's base a little bit more, but it still gives you that same general route. And whereas opposed, if you had to go, obviously that's not that much longer, but I mean, every second's going to count when you're waiting for a team to respawn. That was really poorly done. But yeah, so that's really all I have to say for Walleye Warehouse. I think we'll move on to what am I trying to say? Move on to Kelp Dome now. So yeah, I'll see you guys back in 1 second. Okay, we don't get a cap for that, but all right, guys, I'll see you back in 1 second. All right, guys, and here we are on the final map that we're going to be looking at today. And I'm pretty sure these will be the 3 maps that I look at whenever we do these types of videos, simply because they are the 3 most likely to return. But either way, so the first spot that, like, when I thought about doing, like, if they were to capture the flag in Splatoon 2, and obviously if you were playing it on Kelp Dome, I'm sorry, hold on, Misty, my dog, is trying to walk around, so I'm sorry if you hear Misty, but either way, this is the first spot that I would put it. This is the first spot that came to my mind, simply because it's far enough that it can be difficult to get to. I think it may be a little bit too easy to get to from here. It's just like, it's like if you get like one, you can get one kill and then have a good chance to get the flag, which I don't think it should be how the game plays. But I think it is like, it is easy enough to recover, or it's like that nice range in terms of recovery time, to where I think that is a good spot. The other one is obviously in this area somewhere. I think maybe like right here would be a good spot. The issue with this one, which I honestly kind of like a little bit, is the only two ways to get to the flag are obviously coming all the way around, which then you might put yourself in a little bit of trouble to get caught by the other team respawning, or coming over bridge, which is obviously dangerous because you're going to be running. The thing I don't like is it's a little, like if you pick it up, you're basically already to your base, whereas if you picked it up from the other side, you're here. Like this is your quickest route. You could obviously go out through mid, but you just have a lot less options in terms of like, it would take you longer to get back to your home base, because basically once you get it in here, there's a very high chance you're going to get a cap. The other thing that sort of is in, or something that they might do, getting rid of this. See, personally, I would keep it, and because if it's over here, it's a very quick, like that's extremely easy to do, especially if you have like if you have map control, you could just run it across here. Not that the difference between there and there isn't that much. Misty's walking down the stairs. Although maybe like teams might overextend and camp a person here expecting that, and then you can go over bridge. So I would just keep it. And also, like, if you get it here, it's also very quick to get into a spot where the other team's going to have a very hard time getting you, instead of having to go all the way around through their base, or coming out through mid. So I don't know. It's just something to think about. I would personally keep it here. But yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it for this map and this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Obviously, if you enjoyed, please remember to earthquake that like button. I have a few more ideas for other game modes I want to look at. I don't exactly know when those will be coming out. But yeah, so either way, hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Obviously, if you enjoyed, please remember to click that like button. I can't remember if I said that. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.